Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8. We are reading from chapter 17. We heard yesterday how the Lord appeared being pleased by Aditi. She worshipped the Lord by observing the Payovrat, and he is pleased with her. He told her, I'm going to come as your son. He told her, keep it confidential though. Said all confidential things should be kept secret so they can become successful. So and then Kashyap Muni could understand in meditation that the Lord had, a plenary portion of the Lord had entered him. And then now the Lord is entering into the womb entered into the womb of Aditi. So let's continue reading. Adite Deshtitam Garbham
Adite drishtitam garbham
Bhagavantam Sanatanam
Bhagavantam Sanatanam
Hiranya Garbho Vigyaya
Hiranya Garbho Vignaya
Samide Goya Namabihi.
Samite Guyanamapi.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And Lord Brahma understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was now within the womb of Aditi. He began to offer prayers to the Lord by reciting transcendental names. The Supreme Personality of Godhead exists everywhere. Andantarastha Parma Anuchayantrastham. Therefore, when one chants his transcendental names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is automatically pleased by such Sankirtan. It is not that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is absent. He is present there. And when a devotee utters the transcendental name, it is not a material sound. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is naturally pleased. A devotee knows that the Lord is present everywhere and that one can please him simply by chanting his holy name. So the holy name is Krishna. And when we are chanting the holy name, the Lord is pleased. Chanting is a service. The Lord is pleased by this service. Is the service is the means and it's also a goal. By chanting, we are engaging in service to the Lord and we are associating with the Lord. When the pure devotees are chanting the pure holy name, they are associating with the Lord. So it's a process also, it's a goal also. The Lord is pleased when we chant his holy name. Chanting the holy name is the Yuga Dharma, Kali Yuga Dharma, Hari Nam Sankirtan. Lord Chaitanya is asking all of us to chant the holy name. The scriptures are telling us Hare Nam Eva Kevalam Kalav Nasteva 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 Gatiranyatha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of perfection is chanting the holy names of Lord Hari. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. So chanting the holy name is not a material sound. It is transcendental, it's Lord himself. So here, Lord Brahma, he could understand that the Lord has entered the womb of Aditi. And so he is offering prayers, reciting transcendental names of the Lord, chanting the Lord's names. The Lord is also present in every atom of the universe as the Paramatma. In each and every atom he has entered. So he's present everywhere. There's not one atom that the Lord is not present. Yeah, the Lord is present in every atom, so he's everywhere. Shri Brahma Vacha
Shri Brahmovacha
Chayo Rugaya Bhagavan
Jayorudaya Bhagavan
Urukrama Namostute
Urukrama
Namaste.
Namostute.
Namo Brahmanya Devaya.
Namo
Namo
Brahmanya
Brahmaya
Devaya.
Devaya.
Trigunaya Namo Namaha.
Sri
Trigunaya Namo
Namo
Namah.
Namah.
Lord Brahma said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all glories unto you, who are glorified by all, and whose activities are all uncommon. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, O Lord of the Transcendentalists, controller of the three modes of nature. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you again and again. So, Lord Brahma, he understands this is God in the womb of Aditi. He's saying your activities are uncommon. The Lord is glorified by everyone. Everyone glorifies. We are seeing how different prayers we have been reading in Bhagavatam, how the demigods are praying to the Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, different personalities, the devotees. So Lord Brahma is saying, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. The three modes of nature, they are controlled by the Lord. They are acting according to the Lord. He is the creator of the three modes of nature. Okay. Namaste Prishni Garbhaya.
Namaste
Namaste Krishna
Prishnadaraya.
Garbhaya.
Veda Garbhaya Vedase.
Ved
Veda Garbhaya Vedase.
Trinabhaya Tripristhaya.
Trinabhaya
Trinabhaya
Tripristaya
Triprishtaya.
Shipi Vishtaya Vishnave.
Shipi
Siddhi
Vishtaya Vishnave.
Vishtave.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the all-pervading Lord Vishnu, who have entered the cores of the hearts of all living entities. All the three worlds reside within your navel, yet you are above the three worlds. Formerly you appeared as the son of Prishni. To you, the Supreme Creator, who are understood only through Vedic knowledge, I offer my respectful obeisances. So Lord Brahma, he's referring to the Lord as the Paramatma. He's entered into the hearts of everyone. Paramatma is there in our heart. Everyone's heart, the Paramatma is there. He's our special friend, each and every one of us. So everything is inside the Lord. The three worlds, the upper, lower, middle planetary systems, everything is inside the universal form. We see everything is in the Lord. Yet the Lord is not material. He is transcendental. He had come as the son of Prishni and Sutapa. Right? So he's called Prishni Garbha, one who came from the womb of Prishni. Supreme Creator, Vedic knowledge, Vedesya Sarver Aham Eva Vedya. By all the Vedas I am to be known, Krishna says.
So he knows that the Lord has come now to Aditi's
Yeah. Brahma knows.
womb. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Brahma
why he's
knows.
offering the prayers.
Is glorifying, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tvam adiranto bhuvanasya madhyam
Tvam adiranto bhuvanasya
Namaste Madhya.
ananta shaktim purusham yam ahuhu.
Ananta Shaktim Purusham Yam Aho.
Kalo bhavan akshipate shavishvam
Kalo
Kando Bhavana Kipashiti Vishram.
shroto yathanta patitam gabiram.
Sroto
Yathanta
Yathantam
Patitam Gaviram.
O my Lord, you are the beginning, the manifestation, and the ultimate dissolution of the three worlds. And you are celebrated in the Vedas as the reservoir of unlimited potencies, the Supreme Person, O my Lord, as waves attract branches and leaves that have fallen into deep water, you, the supreme eternal time factor, attract everything in this universe. The time factor is sometimes described as Kala Srota, waves of time. Everything in this material world is within the time factor and is being carried away by waves of attraction, which represent the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So time is eternal, but here in this material world, time deteriorates everything. Yeah. As soon as the child is born, 1 day old, 2 days old, already the clock is ticking. Some manufacture date is there, expiry date is there for everything. So Lord Brahma is appreciating the form of the Lord as time. Tvam vai prajanam sthirajangamana
Tvam ve prajanam sthirajangamana
Jangaman
prajapatinam asisam bhavishnu
Prajapatina
Prajapatinam asisamba Vishnu
devokasam deva devaschayutanam
Devo kasam deva devaschutanam
Yatutannam
parayanam nor evamajjatopsu.
Parayanam nor iva majjato.
Psu.
My Lord, you are the original generator of all living entities, stationary or moving, and you are also the generator of the Prajapatis, O my Lord. As a boat is the only hope for a person drowning in the water, you are the only shelter for the demigods who are now bereft of their heavenly position. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th canto, 17th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled, The Supreme Lord Agrees to Become Aditi's Son. Lord Brahma is saying that the Lord is the only hope, only shelter of the demigods. You know, when a person is drowning in the ocean, one is hoping for a boat to come, or that by the boat I can be saved. So similarly, the Lord is our only hope actually. We are trying to latch on to so many different things. You know, we are trying to take shelter of so many different things, thinking that they are going to save us. But just as a person who's drowning can be saved by a boat, the suitable boat for us is the Lord's lotus feet. The lotus feet of Lord Krishna, a suitable boat for us to cross this ocean of material existence. Okay, so this brings us to the end of this chapter. Did you have any comments? Anyone? Then let's go on to the next chapter. Chapter 18, Lord Vamandev, the dwarf incarnation. So brief summary of the chapter by Srila Prabhupada. This chapter describes how Lord Vamandev appeared and how he went to the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Bali, who received him well and fulfilled his desire by offering him benedictions. Lord Vamandev appeared in this world from the womb of Aditi, completely equipped with conch shell, disc, club, and lotus. His bodily hue was blackish, and he was dressed in yellow garments. Lord Vishnu appeared at an auspicious moment on Shravan Dwadashi, when the Abhijit star had arisen. At that time, in all the three worlds, including the higher planetary system, outer space, and this earth, all the demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and even the seasons were happy because of God's appearance. Therefore, this auspicious day is called Vijaya, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has a Satchidananda body, appeared as the son of Kashyap and Aditi. Both of his parents were very astonished. After his appearance, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf, Vaman. All the great sages expressed their jubilation, and with Kashyap Muni before them, they performed the birthday ceremony of Lord Vamana. At the time of Lord Vamana Dev's sacred thread ceremony, he was honored by the sun god Brahaspati, the goddess presiding over the planet Earth, the deity of the heavenly planets, his mother, Lord Brahma, Kuvera, the seven rishis, and others. Lord Vaman Dev then visited the sacrificial arena on the northern side of the Narmada river at the field known as Bhrigu Kacha, where the Brahmanas of the Bhrigu dynasty were performing yagyas. Wearing a belt made of munja straw, an upper garment of deerskin, and a sacred thread, and carrying in his hands a danda, an umbrella, and a water pot, Karmandalu, Lord Vamandev appeared in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Bali. Because of his transcendently effulgent presence, all the priests were diminished in their prowess, and thus they all stood from their seats and offered prayers to Lord Vamandev. Even Lord Shiva accepts on his head the Ganges water generated from the toe of Lord Vamandev. Therefore, after washing the Lord's feet, Bali Maharaj immediately accepted the water from the Lord's feet on his head and felt that he and his predecessors had certainly been glorified. Then Bali Maharaj inquired of Lord Vamandev's welfare and requested the Lord to ask him for money, jewels, or anything he might desire. So this was just a brief summary. Now we are going to read in detail, but here we can see the difference. Ratna, you were saying yesterday, this is the Lord appearing. What's the difference? So here the Lord is appeared as Lord Vishnu himself, 4 arms. Everything has become auspicious. You know, there's signs of auspicious signs everywhere. So when the Lord appears, then everything becomes auspicious. Shishukovacha
Sri
Srishukavacha
itam virincha stutakarma virya
Etam
Virincha Stuttakarma Virya
Virya
pradur babhuvam ritabhuradityam
Pradu Bhaktivam
Pradurvamritabhuradityam
Adityam
chatur chaturbhuja shankha gadabja chakra
Chaturoj Sankha Gadabhaj Sankha
Pishangavasa nalinaya tikshanaha
Vishangavasa
Nalina Yakte Shakmaha Shana.
Sukadev Goswami said, after Lord Brahma had thus spoken, glorifying the Supreme Lord's activities and prowess, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is never subjected to death like an ordinary living being, appeared from the womb of Aditi. His 4 hands were decorated with a conch shell, club, lotus, and disc. He was dressed in yellow garments, and his eyes appeared like the petals of a blooming lotus. The word Amritabhu is significant in this verse. The Lord sometimes appears like an ordinary child taking birth, but this does not mean that he is subject to birth, death, or old age. One must be very intelligent to understand the appearance and activities of the Supreme Lord in his incarnations. So there may be other special personalities that are born, but the Lord is on a transcendental platform. He's never born, he never dies. He's eternal, he's transcendental. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tattvataha. One should try to understand that the Lord's appearance and disappearance and his activities are all divyam or transcendental. The Lord has nothing to do with material activities. One who understands the appearance, disappearance, and activities of the Lord is immediately liberated. After giving up his body, he never again has to accept a material body, but is transferred to the spiritual world. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjana. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, you just try to understand that my appearance, my activities are all transcendental. They are not like other living entities. They're all divyam. And one who can understand this, such a person goes back to the spiritual world. He does not need to take birth again in this material world. Okay, so this is a difference between the Lord him appearing, Lord or his incarnation appearing, and appearance of other personalities, however great they may be, the other living entities. Shyamavadato jasaraja kundala
Shama
Vadato Chasaraj Kundal
Vishola Satri Vadanam Bhuja Puman.
Trishola Satchi Vadanam Bhujapuman
Srivatsavaksha Balayan Gadolasat
Srivatsavaksha
Balayan Gadolasat
Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunu Paraha.
Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunupara.
The body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, blackish in complexion, was free from all inebrieties. His lotus face, decorated with earrings resembling sharks, appeared very beautiful, and on his bosom was the mark of Srivatsa. He wore bangles on his wrists, armlets on his arms, a helmet on his head, a belt on his waist, a sacred thread across his chest, and ankle bells decorating his lotus feet. So Lord Vishnu has come himself. He's come with 4 arms, wearing yellowish garments. He has a blackish complexion. Yeah, his lotus eyes. Then he is wearing earrings resembling sharks. And on his chest there is a mark. What's that mark called?
Srivasta.
Yeah, Shivatsa. So
Srivatsa.
this, represents who? This mark represents Shivatsa, Lakshmi Devi. She's always on his chest as this Srivatsa. And we can see that he's wearing so many ornaments. Bangles, armlets, he has a helmet, he has a waist belt, he also has a sacred thread, ankle belts. Madhuvrata vrata vikushtaya svaya
Madhuvrata Vrata
Vipustaya Shvaya
virajita shri vanamalaya hari
Virajita Shri
Vanamalaya Hari
Prajapatir Veshmatamasvarochisha
Prajapate Vishwatamas
Swaroshisa
Vinashayan Kantaniveshta Kostubaha
Vinashayan
Santani Vishta Kostuba.
An uncommonly beautiful garland of flowers decorated his bosom, and because the flowers were extremely fragrant, a large group of bees, making their natural humming sounds, invaded them for honey. When the Lord appeared, wearing the Kaustuba gem on his neck, his effulgence vanquished the darkness in the home of the Prajapati Kashyap. So bright, the Kaustuba Mani. It's everywhere has become bright now. Garland of flowers. What is the something striking about this garland?
Because it's large group of
fragrant. It's fragrant.
Fragrant.
large group of bees.
Yeah. It's so fragrant that the bees are so attracted to the garland. The Lord is wearing the garland, but it's so fragrant. It's attracting the bees. They're going crazy and they want to take the honey from these flowers.
The sound is coming out from those.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So when the
Krishna.
Lord came as Devki's and Vasudev's son, like he just appeared, right, as a
Yeah.
baby. But
Appeared
here,
as
like, yeah, means how, I mean, first he came with the four arms, then Devki, right? Devki Ma told that no, like I want you with two arms, right?
yes.
So, but like is she, I mean, he didn't go in her womb, right? In that
Yeah,
case, in that
He
he
was in
was in her
Devki's
womb,
womb. Yeah. We
but
heard.
he appeared, no? He showed his form to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
From Devaki boom, the Maya Devi, Yog Maya Devi was appeared. And then Vasudev took her to the Yashoda Mai.
Yeah,
No,
so
no, no,
actually,
no, no,
huh?
no.
Yeah,
From
Krishna
Devki.
is not in the womb of Devaki because,
Yes.
yeah.
Krishna is
Mhm.
coming from the womb of Devki. Yashoda, the Yoga Maya, she
Oh,
was
yes, I was
coming
saying
on the
opposite.
womb
Yes,
of
sorry.
Yashoda
Yeah,
Maya.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yog Maya, yeah.
So
And he
Krishna
exchanged.
was coming. He came into the heart of Vasudev. From the heart of Vasudev, he came to the heart of Devki. From
Yes.
Devki's heart, he was in the womb of Devki for
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many
I
months.
forgot. Yeah,
I
sorry,
thought
sorry.
he just came on her lap. No, huh?
No, no, he
Okay.
was in her womb. When he was in her womb, she was so she was so effulgent. She was very effulgent. The demigods were coming and offering her prayers at
And
that
glowing,
time.
yeah, the glowing also,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they were all
Then
thinking,
how
oh,
was
this.
it then that four arms first he showed? He
Yes.
came as four arms
Then
and then
from her womb, he
uh,
just came outside. He's everywhere.
oh,
So from the womb, he
yeah,
came outside in his
oh,
four-armed form.
okay. Uh-huh.
But first he gave the like darshan to Devaki, right? Like I will come in this form, right?
No,
Is something like that? Like before when he
that
came in
was
the womb
when,
of Devaki,
no,
no?
no,
In the prison, he appeared as the brightened form in with four arms, but complete like a person, not like a baby,
yeah, he
right?
came in a four-armed form in front of
Mm-hmm.
Devki and Vasudev. Also
Mm-hmm.
four arms, also all the jewelry,
Chakra Gada, yeah.
everything. Then they were offering prayers to him. Then they
Mm.
told him, now you become two-armed. We
Small
are
child. Yeah.
afraid now that Kans will come. We are afraid for you. Now you
Mm-hmm.
become like a ordinary child now.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So even here it's the same. Like
Yeah.
he just came out from her
Yeah.
womb, right? From Aditi's
Yeah.
womb.
You
Okay.
just come
It's
out of
not
the
like
womb.
how a delivery takes place. It's
Yeah.
come out, right?
That's
Okay.
right. And he's
The
come
same
out
it
in
was done.
four-armed form. He's come as he's in the womb and now he's out of the womb.
It's out.
And he's
Okay.
come fully clothed and he's wearing these beautiful ornaments,
Mm.
flower
So
garland.
even the delivery, see, it's not the same,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
right?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. We come out, we are crying, we are
Yeah.
covered in all sorts
Right.
of,
Yeah. Blood and
yeah, all sorts of liquids. And here the
liquids.
Lord is coming fully decorated, fully dressed up. So his appearance is divyam, transcendental,
That's it.
not like ours. Mm.
Not material.
Yeah, not material. Disha prasedu salilashyastada
Disha prasistu shailashaya tada
praja prahashtaritavo gunanvitaha.
Praja
Prahishta
Prasasta Gunanavita
Dhyayor antariksham shitir Jiva.
Diyor
Diyor
Antiriksham
Antariksham
Shitir Jiva
Chitiragnijiva
Gavo Dvijasanchashur Nagascha.
Gavo
Gavo
Dvija Sanchashur
Vijaha
Nagascha.
Durnaga.
At that time, there was happiness in all directions in the reservoirs of water, like the rivers and oceans, and in the core of everyone's heart. The various seasons displayed their respective qualities, and all living entities in the upper planetary system, in outer space, and on the surface of the earth were jubilant. The demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and the hills and mountains were all filled with joy. So we can see when the Lord comes or the Lord's incarnation comes, there is happiness everywhere, there's auspiciousness everywhere. You know, when other living entities are born, it doesn't happen like that, right? So here, because the Lord is come, everyone is happy. Even the rivers and the oceans are happy, the earth is happy. The demigods and the upper planets, everyone's happy. The brahmanas, the hills, the mountains, they're giving forth. When somebody's happy, then one gives what one has, right? So everyone is happy. There's happiness everywhere, auspiciousness everywhere, peace everywhere. That's the difference when the Lord comes. Shonayam Shravanadvatashyam
Shronayam Shravana Dwadashyam
Muhurte Bhijiti Prabhu
Muhurte Vichiti Prabhu
Sarve Nakshatra Taradyash
Sarve Nakshatra Taradyash
Chakrusta Janma Dakshinam.
Chakrusta Janma Dakshinam.
On the day of Shravan Dvadashi, the 12th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Bhadra, when the moon came into the lunar mansion Shravana, at the auspicious moment of Abhijit, the Lord appeared in this universe. Considering the Lord's appearance very auspicious, all the stars and planets from the sun to Saturn were munificently charitable. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, an expert astrologer, explains the word nakshatra taradya. The word nakshatra means the stars. The word tara in this context refers to the planets, and adya means the first one specifically mentioned. Among the planets, the first is Surya, the sun, not the moon. Therefore, according to the Vedic version, the modern astronomers' proposition that the moon is nearest to the earth should not be accepted. So, according to the Vedic system, the sun is the nearer to the earth. The moon is more far from the earth than the sun. The chronological order in which people all over the world refer to the days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, corresponds to the Vedic order of the planets and thus circumstantiates the Vedic version. Apart from this, when the Lord appeared, the planets and stars became situated very auspiciously according to astrological calculations to celebrate the birth of the Lord. So, like how when the child is born, till today, they'll have the astrologer to read, oh, how are the stars? What do the stars say about the future of this child? So, here, when the Lord is appearing, all the stars, the planets have aligned in a very auspicious way. So, the auspicious moment, Abhijit, and all the planets are in the most auspicious places to celebrate
Abhijit.
Abhijit. Yeah,
Abhijit.
auspicious moment of Abhijit.
Abhijit.
So the Abhijit, you want to know what is Abhijit? Then we can see occurring Abhijit. Okay, in the
Okay,
first
that's
portion
right.
of the Shravana lunar mansion, known as the Abhijit Nakshatra, and in the Abhijit Muhurta occurring at midday. So I don't know much about astrology, but
Yeah, so
this
it's
is
a nakshatra. Okay,
yeah,
so Abhijit nakshatra.
yeah, and Abhijit Muhurat. It's something around midday.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it is saying. Okay,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's said like the name of the days, Sunday, Monday,
Yeah,
is based on the
planets.
planets. But we have 9 planets, right? So the days are only 7. So how about the other 2s?
I'm not sure. As I said, I don't know much about astrology.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know anything about astrology, so
Mhm.
I'm not sure about this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, time's almost up. I don't. Let's see.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. We
we can
can
read
stop.
one more maybe. What do you think?
Okay.
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 Dvadashyam savitashtistan
Dvadashyam savita tishtan
madhyan dinagato nripa
Madhya
madhyadina gato
Nagato
nipa
River.
vijaya nama saprokta
Vijaya nama
Vijayamata
sapta
yasyam janma vidur hare.
Yash
Yes. Janma
Janma Vidur Hare.
O king, when the Lord appeared on Dwadashi, the 12th day of the moon, the sun was at the meridian, as every learned scholar knows. This Dwadashi is called Vijaya. So the next day of the Ekadashi. Vaman Dwadashi, we say, right? So this is Vijaya. Dwadashi is called Vijaya. Vijaya Dwadashi.
We
You know,
just had
like
Vijaya Ekadashi, no?
Vijaya, yeah. Vijaya
Right.
Ekadashi. And then the
We
next
just had
day is the appearance day of Lord Vamandev.
Ramandeep. Okay. Mm.
Mhm. So the next day is the next day
Yeah.
is appearance of Lord Vamandev. Yeah. So we'll stop here then. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you for listening and joining.